he would step across the line. Habitually, he's a habitual line stepper.
What it do, baby?
Yo, what up?
Hey, good to see you, man. Welcome you all to the Habitual Line Steppers podcast. My name is Garrett Langley Henson.
And I am Terry Ricardo the Shazel II. Don't forget the juice.
The deuce is loose, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're having a special double episode for you guys. Just like that Outcast CD, you could pick. You want Speaker Box or Love Below?
The Love Below. I'm right here. I'm the Love Below.
Box. Let's go. Well, let's get right to it, Terry. Before we do, however, I want to ask all of you guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you like this video. We're going to have more videos coming for you guys. Check out my Wednesday Spotlight. This is a legacy-defining week for players in soccer, basketball, whole countries. Excuse me. So check that out so you know what to watch this week. So you're not some fucking herb at the office sitting around a water cooler talking about, I didn't know England won the European Championship.
Hey, man, cut that music off. It's time to grind.
I think so.
You ready, bro?
I'm ready, man.
Where do we want to start off first, man? There's a lot of big things happening this week. And you already know we're about to split this because we ain't like these other podcasts that give you 4-hour episodes.
Nah. Well, we have.
Not 4 hours. That's aggressive.
Every day, constant vigilance. So let's start it off right where we left last time, which was me and my optimism that the Hawks were going to prevail against the Bucks sans Giannis. Now, I did think because Trae Young finished the game in which he hurt his ankle, he'd continue to play the rest of the series. I never would have imagined, that he'd miss 3 games and come back and look like half himself.
How can you get a bone bruise by stepping on the ref's foot, son? Like, that's got to be the softest shit I've ever heard.
Yo, his ankle hit the floor, bro. I mean, if Kyrie is going to miss all the time with the joint, I don't see why Trae can't neither.
Bro, but like Kyrie jumped and then landed. Trae Young just took a step back. He just took a step back and stepped on the dude's foot. Bro, a bone bruise?
I just want to say, if Trae Young had been shooting the ball and that exact scene happened to him, it would have been a flagrant foul against the ref. He would have been ejected. They teed Bogdanovich up for a Jalen Rose flagrant in Game 7.
Flagrant 1. I can't believe that's a flagrant 1 call now, bro. But, whatever. Right. No big deal. No love lost. But anyway, so you got your boys in the finals now.
We got the...
Not your boys, but the Bucks. This year, I'm proud of the Hawks, actually. I didn't get to bring out the big old vacuum. I mean, not the vacuum. I didn't get to bring out the broom on them. I was going to say, maybe not like a vacuum. What would I call the cleaning that you guys did? Was it 6 games? Was it a 6-game series?
Yeah, it was 6 games, good.
6 games. But you made it to the Eastern Conference Finals?
I don't know.
It wasn't a sweep, but I had to call play.
Sweeping is too easy to get rid of us. You know what I'm saying? We got power washed out of the playoffs, bro. They had to go to Lowe's and rent a power wash machine for 6 games, and it took that long to get us off the front steps of the NBA Finals, man.
Yeah. A little pressure washer. I understand where you're getting at. Hey, look, big future plans for your boys. I'm proud of them, but you know what? Let's do some finals talk.
Yeah.
So we already saw. So we have the fortunate ability that we've seen Game 1. Couldn't do a pod yesterday. So how do you think this is going to go down, bro? Phoenix won Game 1.
Well,
wasn't really that exciting of a game. Yeah. They kind of beat them pretty bad the whole time,
Yeah, pretty much. Brooke Lopez had like 17 points in the first half and then didn't play basically at all in the second half.
DeAndre Ayton was... Yeah, but DeAndre Ayton was killing him. That's why they switched.
Bro, but honestly, what do you always say, man? It's the good defense at the rim starts with the guard. and Chris Paul was mixing up Drew Holiday badly, and putting Lopez in a position where it's like, all right, well, am I just going to give up an uncontested layup?
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, bro, like, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but all this Drew Holiday shit, I've been saying this for years.
He played great. He was the reason they beat the Hawks. Like, it was him. He went to fuck them up. So he proved himself.
Beating the Hawks with no Trae Young is like, I don't know, punching a fucking kindergartner in the face as a grown man. You know he's going down. Like, that's easy task. That's nothing.
You think the Knicks could have done it?
With no Trae Young? Yeah. Nah, I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I mean, the team is still straight, but like, come on. That was an easy Bucks win.
But
look,
I'm saying is, I don't think just because of that, it's like, oh, you can't play Brook Lopez at all. If I were Milwaukee, I'd play Giannis and Lopez together and just put Lopez on Jay Crowder. If I were Bud, I'd keep playing Brook Lopez. I don't think that he has to get benched just because he got toasted in the second half of Game 1. He got toasted in the second half of Game 1 against the Hawks when Trae Young almost had 50 points. But by Game 7, he was a decisive player for them. I think what I'd do is I'd put him in next to Giannis and just make him guard Drew Holiday. Or, excuse me, make him guard,
Jay Crowder?
Jay Crowder, thank you. Yeah, just put Jay Crowder, and if Jay Crowder hits 10 threes, then you fucking lose.
Well, here's the thing that you're forgetting about this man, Chris Paul. It doesn't matter what you do. He's going to find the weakness on your team, and he's going to exploit that shit. Him, LeBron, like they're going to do shit like that. Whoever Brook Lopez is guarding, Chris Paul's like, look, whatever coach just called, delete that. Jay Crowder, come here, pick and roll, Brook Lopez one-on-one, and I'm back at it again. You can't, like, that's what Chris Paul does. He's going to find Brook Lopez. The thing is...
that's a great matchup, though, for them. Like, Brook Lopez ISO'd up on Chris Paul the whole time. It's like eventually they're going to be like, all right, well, you're just going to turn into... You're going to have to take a bunch of contested layups at the rim, Chris Paul, and that's how we're going to play you. And we're going to make you drive all the way to the basket with your left hand instead of pulling up for that jumper you love to take. And
that's not what was happening last night.
It's Game 1, dude.
I was saying, like, you can't expect Chris Paul to be dumb enough to play into the Bucks' defensive scheme. Like, Budenholzer is not a good enough coach for you to get Chris Paul to play into a scheme. The Bucks' defensive scheme is dumb as shit. They switch almost everything. This is the thing. I don't understand it. It's like you have two good wing defenders, and then you have Giannis. Like, why are you switching everything to Brook Lopez? And you're making Brook Lopez guard Chris Paul and Devin Booker one-on-one? That's a recipe for disaster, son.
And Bobby Portis.
Like, come on.
Don't forget Bobby Portis out here.
Yeah, you're right. Bobby got cooked up, too. Bobby,
CP3 hit him with the you reach, I teach. Bobby's out here swiping like there was a fucking mosquito that was about to land his girl smoothie.
Swiper, no swiping. Stupid. Yeah, that one play, he looks crazy in that.
Bro, Bobby Portis is always looking crazy. He never looked regular. But to my point about Jay Crowder and Chris Paul, and the reason you put him on Jay Crowder is, like you said, Chris Paul is going to pinpoint your weakness, and he's going to drag your worst defender out. So he's going to be – Lopez is on the floor. You can bet Chris Paul is going to be seeking him out. The reason you put him on Crowder is that now when that hard hedge comes and the ball has to swing, it's going to Crowder, who's much more limited than the other players around him in terms of what he's going to do with it. So that's...
So you're thinking next level type shit just to see what he can do.
Yeah, like now let's see if Crowder can turn into like KCP was last year in the finals, where it's like I'm not just hitting corner threes, I'm attacking people off the bounce, I'm throwing like dump off passes to cutters inside. If he can step up his game and Jay Crowder turns into a triple double machine, then it's like, well, fuck, guys, we got beat. But what I'm trying to do is allow Chris Paul to come out here and hit a bunch of hezzy fucking long twos in my face.
Hey, Look, man, we'll see what their adjustments are going to be, but as far as I can tell, they've literally been playing defense the same way the whole playoffs.
Well,
Every single
they were
no.
in
If
the
you look,
beginning of game one, they were switching, but then they even went to like a zone for a bit. Then they went back to like their drop scheme, and it's like you can't play drop against Chris Paul at all.
no,
He's gonna absolutely eat that up. Like throw that out the window completely. Don't do it. Not for 1 minute.
and it's and like especially it seems like he's definitely getting his flow back from like COVID and like his like shoulder injury and stuff. So he's hitting threes now. Once he's got the 3 game.
The one that he threw up over Lopez for that and 1-3. That
the flavor
bro,
one.
that was a slingshot.
Yeah, it was, but it was wet.
Yeah,
though.
it was online, man.
That try was wet. He's looking good. I mean, but if you if you look back though on the Bucks' opponents, and you know this especially, the point guards were lighting their asses up.
Yeah.
And if you look at the guard combo that the Suns have, the matchup just doesn't look good for them. Like, all right, Drew Holiday, I'm gonna have to see you fight through some fucking picks, man. You have to fight through some picks, bro. I'm sick of this.
They always came out flat in game one. Think about in the last series against the Hawks. Game one, got torched. Game two, Drew Holiday and PJ Tucker is like, we'll just foul on every possession because there's no way they could call it. So then they're like, once they establish that's how they're going to play, we had a lot harder time, counterpunching that level of physicality. I totally expect that's what we're going to see in game two tonight, is that there's going to be an increased level of physicality from Milwaukee, and Phoenix is going to feel it, especially skinny dudes like Bridges, who are going to be Giannis is going to be on him some. PJ Tucker is going to be manhandling him around some. You know, I know he's a tough, wiry guy, but that level of physicality isn't something they really saw, except for in the Clippers series.
Yeah, probably. But I don't know, man. Honestly, bro, it's not looking too good. Like, this is the perfect opportunity for you to not come out flat. The Suns literally had no break. You had about 3-4 days rest. Giannis even came back to play in the game.
A ton of break. They swept the fucking Nuggets.
No, they didn't.
Or, I'm sorry, excuse me. They've wrapped up the Clippers before the Bucks wrapped us up.
Didn't the Suns have 1 day break? Or am I tripping?
Nah, you tripping. They ended their series first. But
What?
But to your point, it's been multiple series now that the Bucks have come out flat in game one and been the one who's been getting punched as opposed to the person delivering the punch. But they have proved that they're resilient and can punch back, Terry. And before this finals, in the first round of the playoffs, we looked at that Milwaukee-Brooklyn series, and we said the winner of that series is probably going to win the finals. It's been a month since we said that, but if I'm Milwaukee, I'm encouraged because one of the linchpins for the Suns in their area of weakness just went down. And when I pulled a pin out, you know who says boom? Frank Kaminsky.
Frank? I thought Dario Saric was
Yeah, he's out. Frank is the one who pulled the pin on his bad ankle. He's like, I'm going to get me some minutes in my hometown in Wisconsin in the finals. They love me. They really love me.
Frank the Tank, son. Yo, I don't know, man.
Is he going to guard
whatever they do?
Is he going to guard Giannis?
Nah, we're putting him on Brook Lopez. You don't come into the game unless Brook Lopez is in the game. Like, fucking rotation. We're not doing any of that rotational shit. If Lopez is in, go ahead, Frank.
Listen,
if Lopez is out, Frank stays on the
That's
bench.
a problem. That is a problem. The series. No Dario having to play Frank Kaminsky, because if you don't play Frank Kaminsky, your options are going even smaller. And now you got to play Torrey Craig. Now you got to play.
I like Torrey Craig. I like Craig. At least Torrey Craig.
Torrey Craig. Word.
I mean, he can guard Giannis. I didn't say he was like a total bum, but he can guard Giannis.
He's 6'5". He can't guard Giannis.
He's too strong, dog. He's holding him up.
Yeah.
How much did Giannis score last night?
Did you see when Giannis put Aiden underneath the basket and then dunked on him?
He wouldn't do that to Tony Craig.
Tory? Yeah, exactly.
He's Tony. He's Tony. He's Tony until otherwise I change his name until he has to do something. Give me something in the finals, then I'll call him fucking Tory. The only Tory I respect is Lane's.
He'll be Tony Craig if the Suns lose in the finals and he gets a ring anyway for playing the first half of the season with the Bucks. That's who they gonna give the ring to, Tony Craig.
Tony fucking Craig. Yeah, but look, man, I just think
no matter what he does, he's gonna be a champion this year.
True that. Hey, look, I just think at the end of the day, when you start playing a zone defense versus the Suns because you can't stop Chris Paul, you have a fucking problem. Honestly. You have a first-team all-defensive guy on your team. He's supposed to be the guy. But the way that you scheme the shit, you're not letting...
Injury that we're like, oh, he might be out a year.
Who are we talking about? I'm not talking about Giannis. I'm talking about Drew Holiday. I'm still sticking with Drew. I'm not talking about Giannis. Giannis is
That's a
fine.
player of the year.
No, I said first man on defense.
Okay.
Our first team all defense. Like, if you're going to be first team all D, let him be first team all D. Let him try to guard him. Like, it's always the scheme with Budenholzer. He always has the same scheme. And you know this because he coached your team. It's a whole lot of switching for no reason. Stop switching everything. It just doesn't work with certain types of teams. Like, if the team has a good guard, you switch. They're going to torch it.
It's going to be fine if they switch, if they get Lopez out of there and play Giannis at center. But the problem is, I like Giannis as like the free safety, the chaser. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want him in the drop cover or whatever. Just his biggest asset is not like Kawhi. Like, I'm just going to strap you up and shut you down. He's like,
but he won Defensive Player of the Year, though. He's not a strapper.
No, he's not. You remember, like, when LeBron was in the Heat? Like, they were terrific defensively, but he wasn't strapping people up one-on-one. He was flying all the way around the defense, picking off passes, blocking shots from behind, contesting corner threes. You know, that's what Giannis is good at. He's more of that defensive player.
You know what? I'm going to have to disagree because when it was the fourth quarter, LeBron used to shut down D-Rose.
Oh, I mean, when it was game time, yeah. But the first 3 quarters, his role was that, like, safety in the back end. But, you know, the difference between LeBron and Giannis is a lot, Terry. It's not just that.
Hey, look, man, Giannis has done something LeBron has never done. Defensive Player of the Year. And I keep telling you this shit every single time. One.
Oh, yeah. Two-time MVP. Excuse me.
Two-time MVP. Also, he shouldn't have got that. But for me, LeBron should have won that shit. That's fucked up. Anyways, you're a LeBron hater. It's okay. It's fine. Are you the Skip and I'm the Shannon? It's like that? All right. I see how it is. But anyways, if Giannis continues...
Way to break all those racial stereotypes.
Hey, look,
we just fell right in the line.
Look, we got the recipe. We're just a part of the ingredients, baby. We're gonna make it big like that. But I mean, you got to be a little more controversial. I'm just saying. Call somebody. No, I'm just playing.
Me to be more controversial. That'd be the day that we get pulled off YouTube, bro.
It happened once or twice. But look, all I'm saying is, you got these guys that are these defensive stalwarts, and Devin Booker and Chris Paul just torched the shit out of them. PJ Tucker, Chris Paul, Giannis, great defenders. What's going on? Come on. It's got to be a scheme or something. Something's happening. Because every time I looked up, I saw Brook Lopez guarding Chris Paul, and I was like, what the hell's going on here?
I tell you what's going on. No rest playing in fucking Phoenix in game 1 of the finals with a bunch of dudes who had never been in a moment like this before. That's what happened.
They beat y'all on July 3rd. The finals game started on July 6th. They had 2 days rest. 2 days.
I travel to the West Coast, bro. I'm going from snowy Milwaukee to the deserts of Phoenix, and you expect
there is
to adjust in 48 hours?
What are you talking about? Snowy Milwaukee. It's June. It's hot, bro. It's 90 degrees everywhere. What are you talking about?
I've been to Milwaukee, and I never will be.
Look, man, it's no.
I understand your Chris Paul point. I agree. They definitely have an advantage in the backcourt. The Bucks, though, have that lack of front court depth for that Suns, man. Like, all it takes, imagine if DeAndre Ayton turns his ankle. What happens now? You're fucking toast. They have no depth. They get abused by Bobby fucking Portis.
Frank the Tank. Look, here's the thing. Also, if I don't see Brook Lopez and Giannis attack the paint on Ayton and get him into foul trouble, Budenholzer's trash. All right? If I don't see them get in the paint, stop shooting threes. They love shooting threes. And I'm sitting there looking like, bro, they only have DeAndre Ayton. And when Kaminsky and Sarge are on the court, your plus minus probably the differential's crazy. Just get him in foul trouble. I don't know. It just seems so simple to me, and they just make it so it's Budenholzer. He just makes it so complicated, I think, to me. Like,
say the Bucks got absolutely hosed by the refs in Game 1. It was clearly a very biased officiating crew. Come on. There were so many. I have no dog in the fight. I don't care who wins. I'd be happy if Giannis won it and starts becoming an all-time great player. I'd love Chris Paul cements his legacy as one of the top 15 guys of all time. These refs are fucking horrible, and they clearly were pro Suns and anti-Milwaukee from an unbiased eye. But what I wanted to say is this game, to all you young players out there, to all you aspiring big man who look at Bowl highlights and the other dude, Thon McCour joints, where you want to be a 7-footer like Porzingis, they can't do anything but shoot threes and live on the perimeter. Look at these two guys who are in the NBA Finals right now, their positions. What is the best thing that they do? Setting screens. Hard screens. Brook Lopez and DeAndre Ayton. Both, when they screen you fucking feel it. And that adds up over the course of a 7-game series when you keep getting hit and hit and hit and hit. And they're delivering actual blows. Not doing the John Collins, getting your way and kind of rock my hips into you a little bit, give you the little ass bump, little booty bump. Two old white aunts seeing each other out in a fucking fair. Nah. Yeah. When you set screens like Bill Laimbeer, you get rewarded with a bunch of alley-oops.
No, that is true. That is true. But here's the thing I got to say about the foul discrepancy that you guys are talking about. Yeah, there may be a few fouls. And it looked like it was 26 free throws for the Suns to 16 for the Bucks. Mm-hmm. The only people that honestly drive like that is Giannis, to be honest with you. I mean, he drives a lot. Drew Holiday was shooting a lot of perimeter shots. Chris Middleton shoots a lot of perimeter shots. Brook Lopez shoots a whole bunch of threes. I mean, if you want don't shoot the
basket, dude. Don't even give me that shit. Tucker had one where he got it right under the hoop, went up. Jay Crowder jumped over his back in the air, and then he reversed and finished on the other side of the basket, and it was a no call. I was like, that's the most clear and one I've ever seen in my life. He landed on his fucking back.
Bro, how many foul calls do you want when you shoot 38 threes a game? You're not going to get a lot of shit called for you if you just drive and shit.
That's how many times I want to call.
How many more fouls did you want? So that would have been 2 more. Then it would have been 26 to 18. Or that would have been 1 more. It would have been 26 to 17.
Listen, the Bucks have been, against the Hawks, they were incredible beneficiaries of the whistle. So this isn't the NBA hates the Bucks thing. I was just saying, they got hosed by the refs in Game 1. They were away. They had shorter refs than the other team. Let's not overreact and be like, this series is over.
The buck stops here. It's over. Overreaction Thursday, baby. It's over. They're not doing shit. Suns in 5.
Hey, if you can't take the heat, get the fuck out the valley.
Exactly, dude. Suns in 5.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what.
We'll see.
The only thing hotter than the Suns right now is the end of Sha'Carri Richardson's blunt. Or maybe the tips of her hair, man. After setting the field ablaze in the Olympic trials and dusting everybody, her Olympic dreams went up in smoke this week after she failed her drug test and was deemed ineligible to participate in the 100-meter dash, the 200-meter dash, and as a result was not selected as part of the relay team to represent the United States of America, even though she was eligible. Terry, we saw her a week ago dust the 9 other fastest women in the world and do the Usain Bolt in the middle of the dance and start fucking around and still set a world record. What do you think about this?
Did she set a world record or just an Olympic trial record?
I thought it was like she broke the women's joint, is what I thought.
I thought it was just a trial record. Here's what I got to say about this.
Bro. That's all I know.
Yeah, for a short girl, she looked quick. I was like, yo, how is she this fast? It looks crazier when somebody's like 5'3" and below.
But you can't even see it, like make out individual legs. It's like, bro, that's next level.
Bro, she reminded me of like Dante Hall from the Chiefs.
Oh,
like the way her legs are moving, bro. Her legs are just like. I was like, golly, because I don't know.
Remind me of Daryl Green.
Look, here's what. I really don't have much to say about it because I really don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Like in 2 months, 3 months, we shall see. I don't know, but
it won't be that big of a deal, and that's why it's for her.
It is a little messed up because it's just weed. Like weed, I don't understand why they think weed is like I feel like if you want to get suspended for something, at least let it be PEDs, like not weed. Like maybe coke, yeah, I understand that could get you a little hype. Yeah. But weed does not. If anything, weed can actually make you be worse. Like what are we even talking? Weed, bro? Come on, dude. Just one puff, like one marijuana stick. Like oh, she's gone. And I don't even smoke. Like that's not my thing at all. But I'm just like, marijuana is nothing. It's nothing at all. It's not. It does not have the same stigma that it used to. It helps athletes heal their injuries a lot better than some painkillers. Really, they just want you to buy painkillers because it costs money, and fucking physicians love when you take 90 pills a day because they get so much money off of this shit. Weed, bro, come on. It's one thing of weed, bro. And then, that'll be my first point. What do you think about it?
I agree that they should stop testing for weed in the next Olympic cycle. I think it has no bearing on athletic performance, like you stated. If it was something that was like creatine or even Adderall, I could understand, them banning it. But with weed, it's like this is used as a recovery substance for pain treatment and that type of stuff. It's not used to decrease your recovery time like some of the other joints so you can start working out faster. It doesn't put water into your muscles so that you can bounce back quicker. It just allows you to cope with all the other shit that's going on around you.
She said her mom died.
She blew a gigantic chance, and this is on nobody but her. And I hope anyone who takes something away from this story takes away this. She cost her family and herself generational wealth over smoking a blunt.
Million.
And the reason why is because either she didn't have the resources or the outlets or the encouragement or the ability to deal with the horrible loss of her mom without the crutch of weed. And speaking from experience, my first time that I ever started smoking weed was when I stopped talking to my dad over a decade ago. And to start or to like rely on a drug like that as a coping mechanism, as a way to deal with grief, as a way to unpack like some great trauma. Eventually, for a lot of people, when they talk about weed being a gateway drug, it's not about there's something chemically addicting. It's about you treat your problems with this, and then one day this high isn't enough for whatever the big problem is. And so then you search for something else for that. And so that's what I want to say about this, because I know a lot of people just spreading the memes around talking about how can a transgender woman from the New Zealand lift weights in the women's department. and that's not unfair, but her smoking weed is unfair. It's not about the unfairness. It's about the fact that she knew it was against the rules, that she could get banned for it, that she could possibly miss the Olympics. And her pain was so great that she risked all that because she didn't know a better way to deal with it. And so that, to me, is the cautionary tale.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely messed up. She definitely did mess up, but I feel like everybody's kind of missing the point of it, and it's pretty much this: she won't want to win anyways. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
Nah, I just feel like she accepted the 30-day punishment. She could have fought against it and maybe possibly still be in it. But she accepted the 30-day. And then also the thing is, this is going to be my second point. People are like mad that she didn't make the relay team. She was not practicing for the relay team. She wasn't going to run the relay anyway. She's going to run the 100, smoke it, run the 200, smoke it, and then we out. She wasn't going to be on the 100-meter relay team because she wasn't practicing to get the baton. Like, that is not a big deal to me. The thing to me is, I think everybody is up in arms. It's just because, like, the way that she looks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're like stereotyping her because of the way that she kind of acts and like the way that she looks. Like she's got
like I wanted to see that this Olympics so bad. Athlete representing America who's unapologetically black in her own way and not trying to fucking like look like all the other white athletes. Yeah, I got bright orange fucking supernova weave and long eyelashes, and I show up wearing fucking Jordans and. You know what I mean? Like everything, unapologetically black. And if she made you feel uncomfortable, then go fuck yourself. And I would love to see somebody like with that vibes and that attitude, like dust everybody else in the fucking world. It would have been great.
Definitely. And then the thing is, like, you watch these NFL players, we watch NBA players, even soccer players, baseball. People that own business and shit. Like, people on TV. We see all these people all the time, right? Most of us, like 80 to 90%, you can't even fathom or obtain what you're looking at. All the other parts of America either look like her, probably made the money she was making to run track, and that was about it. And you kind of fucked up the American dream. You messed up the American dream for this girl. Well, I mean, not them. Like, she did it to herself. But the rules of smoking marijuana, like, I don't know. That shit is it's a load of crock shit, bro. Honestly, I'm disappointed in her, bro. To be honest with you, but I'm not about to sit here and be like she definitely deserves a spot on the relay team because she messed up the opportunity. She wasn't gonna do the relay.
Anyway. With few of the decisions that like any of these sports governing bodies make, whether it's FIFA, UEFA, fucking NBA, boxing, the Olympic Committee, NFL, it's rare that I find myself going, you know what, that was a great idea. Play-in tournament exempt. So, like, I think they shouldn't test her weed. Yeah, like, it definitely, like, fucked her shit over. But this isn't the Olympic Committee's fault.
Nah. But also, like, everyone, this isn't, like, a underlying racism thing. I don't know.
This is not one of the, like, the fucking... look at these stupid whatever's costing themselves like their only chance at like you know what I mean? All you had to do, because you do see that shit a lot. But I just want everyone to recognize that they're like there can be a toll paid for casual drug use. Yeah. And as popularized and glorified as it is, somebody who has smoked weed, who may smoke weed again in the future. There is another side that needs to be acknowledged. And when you can't quit something or it means that much to you, or, you know what I'm saying, it takes over your life to the point where you risk what you worked for your entire life for it, you know, that's something that shouldn't be just swept under the rug. It should be acknowledged alongside the party aspect.
Well, I mean, look, two things can be true. One, you got to know, like, kind of who you are and like what you represent. Yeah, maybe they were out like waiting for you to fuck up, and maybe they were waiting for to do this decision, and they were like, "Look, we're gonna suspend you 30 days knowing that you can come back for the 100, but then we also know you're not going to run the 100. So we're going to make even more people mad. But also, you fucked up the opportunity. So it's like both of those things could be true, but we'll never know because it's just a mistake that she made. Like, she made that mistake. And that it is what it is, which is my favorite saying.
I know what we're going to do, Terry. We're gonna get her into the Olympics, and this is how we're going to do it. She's going to steal Kevin Love's warm-ups. Arrive on Muggsy Bowl's shoulders like two kids trying to buy a ticket to an R-rated movie.
Yeah. Hey, look, did you see all the did you see everybody on I guess Twitter, I would say. They were like, all the black people should boycott the Olympics.
Yeah, I did see that. Did you see her other runner that was like, please don't do that because I've worked my whole life for this moment. And I'm about to dust all these other bitches from Czechoslovakia too. Like, please watch the Olympics.
Bro, honestly, it's more realistic if fucking Zion went to Jackson State University and played football for Deion Sanders than that Olympic athletes are going to quit doing something that they train for every 4 years to do so that they can make the only money they've been doing, for their whole... come on, bro. Would I like to see black people not be in the Olympics and watch America fail? Yes. And no, at the same time, I'd be like, yo, this is not the America I know. What the fuck is this? But also I'd be like,
I wouldn't mind if they just withheld for one cycle.
Bro, that'd be dope, bro. There'd be nobody on the basketball team. We'd be done.
It's like your kids, when they don't listen to you, you gotta take your hands off the handlebars, let them fall over and crash, and then be like, all right, listen, are you ready to learn now?
Yeah. It's because, everything, bro. Gymnastics, we'd lose in gymnastics again. We'd be washed. Ping pong, we're already getting washed. I mean, wrestling, we even got the black dude wrestling. We're washed.
Yeah, with the black dude with one leg. It's better than every white dude in America. It's ridiculous.
Oh, man, would I love to see it? Man, I'd love to see it. But it's not.
I'd love to see the ball movement on that Team USA team, huh? These guys are out here running the Princeton offense.
Hey, look. You motherfuckers keep boycotting, and they're going to keep going down the line, and my black guys going to be hey, I'll go. Keep
boycotting so I can watch T.J. McConnell, Kevin Herter, Joe Harris, fucking Frank Kaminsky, and Brooke Lopez. Go.
Hey, look, I think the women's soccer team, they might be okay. They'd be fine. There's 3 black girls on the team.
Just got to drop Crystal Dunn, and you're good.
Yeah, she's a beast too. She's the best. She's probably the best player on the team. But
that'd probably be the only one we could survive, man.
What?
Well, never mind. Excuse me, because white people will always have swimming.
You don't remember that black dude that was swimming too?
What?
You don't remember that black dude? He was a backstroke guy. He was killing.
Oh, okay. That answered my next question. Do you think he was swimming away or front or towards something? If he's going backstroke, he's going towards something. If you're squared up, he didn't even know the Olympics were happening. He's like, yo, my landlord's here.
Making it to the end. Oh man. But yeah, it'll never happen, guys. You don't gotta worry about that. Man.
I love me some Well, Terry, I love me some good old fashioned racism. And and so does this week's Line Stepper of the Week, Terry. Can I get a drum roll, please? Bitch! All right. This week, we have multiple Line Steppers of the Week. There was too much fuckery all over the world for me to only recognize one person. So, we have 3 different recipients for this week. Actually, we'll say 3 different nominees, Terry. I'll let you choose the recipient. How about that?
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Nominee 1, the English soccer fans. All right, playing against Spain or playing against Denmark in the game in London. Winner goes on to the European Championship finals. England popularized the game, modernized the game. First people to put teams together. First nation to have soccer in schools. I think they'll keep the tradition, alive, right? Like the Masters. We'll keep it classy. No, not at all. Not at all. Not only did Raheem Sterling throw himself on the ground to be awarded a dubious is not even a word. Unfair and downright wrong penalty. But then, when Kasper Schmeichel, Denmark's goalie, went to save it, he was blinded by multiple laser pointers by England fans who are all pointing them right in his eyeballs. He's trying to save the PK.
Dude, that's like some Spain shit, man. They used to do that all the time in Madrid and like Barcelona, bro. Golly, that's a classic. Dude. I haven't seen that in a while.
I haven't seen that since they did that to Dita in the, what was it, '06 World Cup. So that's nominee one, doing whatever it takes, even at the expense of fair play and international decorum. I just wish Denmark weren't such pussies, so they go in England and fuck some shit up after this. So that's nominee one. Okay. Yeah. Nominee two, ESPN's own and The Jump's Rachel Nichols. Rachel. Now,
everybody knows this.
Yeah, everybody knows this one. Now, Rachel, she's going to try to take 1 foot off the racism bandwagon with this one, I think. I don't think she wants to be tied in with everyone else with this racism ribbon. But you know what, Rachel? When you make statements like this, you're going to get sewn up with everybody else. What she did, Terry, was basically called Maria Taylor a token.
Yep, pretty much.
She's played a clip? Yep. Oh, you got the clip? We got the audio. I'm sorry, I'm getting this right now. We have a woman on the scene. Terry?
Hold up.
Oh, damn it.
I'm just playing. I ain't got no clip, motherfucker. Everybody heard that shit.
Yeah, basically she called her, the only reason that she was employed at ESPN is because she was black. And ESPN has such a poor record of hiring black women. And, more specifically, putting them in positions of influence and where they can be seen. Not just having Pam Oliver tell us about Jared Goff's offseason routine for 30 seconds.
Yeah, true. Hey, man, what she did was kind of crazy. But let me hear nominee 3 before we get our decision and talk about it.
Nominee 3 is shared by 2 members of the French national team, 2 Barcelona players, 2 cosmopolitan young men who've traveled the world of different races themselves, who you'd expect to know better. A conversation was leaked between Griezmann and Dembele, both of Barcelona, of their preseason trip to Japan last summer, where they were asking for these hotel workers to help them set up their PlayStation in their hotel room. Speaking in French, not thinking that anyone else is going to know what they're saying, they were making fun of these Japanese people. Griezmann was out here talking about, I don't know how many bing bong ching chongs it takes.
Oh, God.
Oh, it was so bad. Dembele was answering back. He's like making sweeping generalizations about all Japanese culture. He's like talking about going to school 10 hours a day, but don't know how to hook up a goddamn PlayStation.
Jesus Christ.
As a result, Griezmann just lost a $50 million partnership with Konami. As for Dembele, they took one look at him. They're like, yeah, he didn't like Chinese people to start off.
Oh, my God. All right. So, of those 3 nominees, the habitual line stepper, like the one that definitely stepped across the line the most, is definitely Dembele and Griezmann. Like, that's definitely number 1. That's definitely number 1. But the hot button topic joint is Maria and Rachel. So, I mean, which way you want to go with it? The bing bong ching chong, I mean, like, that goes one way. Shit's racist.
All I gotta say about that is, bro, like the shirt sponsor for Barcelona is a fucking like Asian company.
Yeah.
The video game that Barcelona is like the number one team featured in is made by Konami. It's a fucking Asian play joint. It's like all of the money coming into your pockets, bro, is yellow, and it's not because it's gold. And you were just willing to piss it away like it was yellow coming out the tip of your dick.
Yep.
Right,
Hey, man.
Go ahead and talk about that nappy-headed hoe on ESPN.
No. I just like the way that
I'm talking about Rachel, not Maria Taylor.
Either one. No, I was about to say, like, I just like that the video came out, like, now, in 2021. Like, this shit happened in 2019. When they were talking about the guys hooking up their stuff. It was 2019 when this happened.
They're trying to play Pro Evolution 20.
I just think they picked the perfect time when that Asian heat is just a little hot. It was starting to go down a little bit. But, you know, they're trying to get it back. They're trying to get it back. And I like it. I like it.
Yo, you know what? I fell for the okie doke.
Hey, look, if we switch over to Rachel, I got the clip now.
All right. Let's hear the clip.
Let's go. This is what she said.
Rachel Nichols discussing Marie Taylor.
I declined. I don't know what their next move is, but they are feeling pressure because of all of that. And
Oh, that.
I'm trying to figure out. I think it's like I wish Maria Taylor all the success in the world. She covers.
Stop right there. When people say, I wish them all the success in the world, they don't wish them any success at all. They fucking hate it. They fucking hate it. All right, continue.
She covers basketball. If you need to give her more things to do because you're feeling pressure about your like crappy long-time record anniversary, which by the way I myself like know personally from the female segment, like go for it. Just find it somewhere else. Like you're not gonna find it with me.
Classic Rachel.
Oh, the irony, Terry. Oh, the irony. So for anyone who's out the loop, after she said go find it somewhere else, basically telling Marie Taylor, you're not going to be on my corner. They pulled Rachel Nichols off the finals coverage and replaced her with Marie Taylor.
Yep. Hey, look, now.
And as viewers, we're all the worse for it. I just want to say that. Rachel Nichols is absolutely right. She's 10 times the broadcaster, anchor, journalist, reporter, on-cam presence. Her soliloquies at the beginning of the jump are so good they could be freestanding articles that I would read on a daily basis, is how talented she is. So there's no question that she is in another stratosphere from Marie Taylor when it comes to reporting acumen and experience and ability. That being said, Marie Taylor's a little bit finer.
Yeah. Maria Taylor does look a lot better. And look, at the end of the day, would I want the black girl to beat the white woman? Yeah, of course, I'm pro-black. But Rachel Nichols only
watch it and get out some Vaseline.
Look,
that clip to me, I was like, the first 20 seconds, I was like, are these the extended scenes from One Night in Paris? It was very breathy.
Yeah, it was. It kind of was. But no, like, me and you agree on this both. Like, yeah, Maria Taylor does look better. And this is what, a lot of places they do this. I don't even think it's it's not like a token thing. Like, her comments were out of character. They were fucked up because it's not a token thing. You're getting aged out the game. This is what they've been doing to women for years. How come you didn't even talk about that? That's what happens when the younger girl goes in and the older girl's gone. It's not about Maria being black. Of course Rachel Nichols deserved it. Rachel Nichols only talks about basketball. She has a specific basketball show that's hers. And she helps produce and edit the shit. She is the one who does basketball. I get why she's mad. But they just put in a hotter joint. That's what they did. It's not even about being black. It's not. At the end of the day, it's not. Maria Taylor's still good. It's not like Maria Taylor's bad.
Right. It's just Rachel Nichols is terrific. But like you said, Terry, pussy gets old like bread, not like wine. And honestly, right. If I were Rachel Nichols, I'd be like, first of all, Hubie Brown is still fucking working the finals for ESPN. So I don't want to hear shit about replacing me with no young bitch till I'm about 90 years old, okay?
If you want to talk about something, don't even bring up the race thing. She just messed up totally with it. You could have been like, bruh, you're aging me out like you've been doing women for years. She
should have just made it that, and then she would have gotten all the women on her side.
Yes. She dropped the ball. See, now that I think about it further, before I was like, nah, she's not racist. Now I'm thinking like,
wait a minute. She is fucking racist because she just created the racism shit out of nowhere.
Yeah, you are racist. And then LeBron James's aide or confident or whatever, we missed that part of it.
I don't know.
He's racist straight up.
She started to remind me of like one of those white girls that thinks she down because she fucks a lot of black guys. And it's like, that doesn't mean that you're not a racist or that you're woke or anything. It just means you've had a lot of black square footage take up space inside your body.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, look, come on, bro. Do me and you think that Rachel Nichols is racist? No. But like, she definitely said the wrong thing. You like, I can't even.
This is the other thing that I don't like, Terry. What? We gotta stop like witch hunting people because they said the wrong thing. And she wasn't even on air. She wasn't even on camera. This is like a private conversation she was having with somebody. She should not. Her professional responsibility and her access to these players, her coverage of the finals should not have been changed because out of context audio leak from a year prior. I completely disagree with that.
All that stuff is kind of messed up. It just depends on what you say. Like, I really honestly don't think what you said was even that bad. Like,
if it was a double Sterling tape, it's like, oh, I understand. You know what I mean? It wasn't even that bad. It was like, you couldn't be fired for saying what she could. Like, it's almost bullshit that they're disciplining her.
Yeah.
It's like, what? I have to believe the exact same way ESPN believes as long as I work here?
Come on. And like, we're supposed to, it's a woman thing. It's not a black thing. There's plenty of black people at ESPN. Stop trying to make shit racist all the time. It's just not racist. It's just
Black women have been shunned by ESPN historically and are very rarely put in positions where they can actually editorialize and give their own organic thoughts on something.
I'm
I saw Mel Hill speak. She spoke to like the statistics of like black female broadcasters in sports, and the like numbers are fucking crazy. How small it is they're letting.
Oh, so you're saying just black females? So yeah, if it's black females, yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
no, I totally agree with that. I was just saying like the amount of black people, though. I mean, I get that it's a male dominated like profession, so I understand where she's coming from. It's just like, damn, bro. Damn, Rachel, what the fuck?
Hey, it's like where you feel like you lost an ally. It's like, damn, I thought this was down, but she still can be. It was just, but this is another thing, bro. Is like people can have different morals when they're talking about other people's shit and how other people should act. But as soon as you start getting your hand inside my cookie jar, then you're gonna really see how I feel about shit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, and then I don't know. Is she wrong? Is ESPN trying to do this shit? Maybe she's right, but that she shouldn't be penalized for saying something that's true. I guess. I mean, is it not true that they're doing this shit? If somebody deserves it way more than another person, it kind of seems like it to her.
I agree with Rachel, and I agree with Maria Taylor, who's like. Yeah. What am I going to do? Like, say no to this opportunity with ESPN?
Yeah.
Well, as I'm extremely dissatisfied with ESPN's coverage of everything and the entire way their channel and network is set up.
Because
we went from all these around a horn type shows where I'm listening to 5 white journalists tell me about the fucking Red Sox to every show now is 2 guys sitting around from each other yelling in each other's face about something that they don't have any fucking idea about. So I'm not impressed with what ESPN has been doing, and there absolutely is room for a lot of reform, room for more black voices, and room for more black women.
Yeah, there are. ESPN is out of touch, though. I haven't watched a lot of ESPN.
As a black woman, they're like, as soon as you say anything, they're like, oh, she's too dangerous. She's a ticking time bomb. We got to get her out of here. Fucking Jamel Hill sent her ass off to Siberia. Carrie Champion was only the greatest first take host in goddamn history. And they're like, why don't you go work with Bob Lee and report on racing penguins in fucking Northern Africa?
Does she not do Sports Center anymore? She still doesn't do Sports Center or whatever?
Dude, I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
They
I don't watch
them so much. It's like she doesn't have a permanent gig. You know what I'm saying? Janae Agumake is probably like one of the only few black women on the platform with a voice. And
see, even like
time.
Jamel Hill was the same thing. Like I only expect you to be a sports reporter. Like everybody's got to stop. Jamel Hill got canceled out because of the shit she was saying on Twitter. Like, just let the people be themselves outside of work. Just let them go to work, do their work, and then go home and talk about shit they want to talk about. Like, half the time, they can't even take a picture with a beer in their hand because people are like, oh, you drink? They're not the fucking president. They're just like, LeBron James isn't good. LeBron James scored 30 points and 5 rebounds and 10 assists.
And if they were really smart, they could even lean into that shit and be like, oh, really, Jamel, you feel that way? We're trapping you in a phone booth with Will Kane. Like...
Yeah, I mean, look, even Will Kane was like, dude, I'm out. He went to I think he went to CNN, I believe. Bro went to CNN, he's like, I'm out of here. They lose talent. I mean, ESPN is just becoming so
shitty. It's like they're so reactionary. They have no idea. They're not making any fucking waves. They're not doing anything new. They're not engaging the audience in a new way. They're just like, we're just going to keep trotting out the same tight-ass formula. And, First Take will still have more people watching than Undisputed.
They're outworking themselves, is what they're doing. And yeah, does First Take dominate the other morning shows? Yeah. But then when you look at everything else, it really doesn't. It's almost comparable at the end of the day.
Bro, I want to see a crossover with Max and Shannon. I want to see a one-weekend crossover where Skip goes back as a guest and Max goes over to Undisputed with Shannon. I'd love to see that shit.
I would love to see that shit. But honestly, the show that was actually good, and I will give ESPN credit for doing it, is when they had yeah, but they had Michael Smith. It was the one after. They had Michael Smith and Jamel Hill doing the Sports Center. At 5 o'clock. The 5 o'clock spot, Sports Center, that's like you get off of work and that's the shit that you watch. And they had it on there. But then they wouldn't let Jamel cook. They're like, oh, you're saying crazy shit on Twitter. We're getting rid of you. Makes no sense, bro.
She's like, do I know the game? Do I know the all the important people? Do I have a relevant perspective?
Yeah.
Whatever.
And look, plus dudes gotta, I don't even know how this shit went this way, but like, guys gotta stop with this, like, women's talking about sports. And you used to do this shit a lot too. Like, are girls talking about sports? Fuck out of here. I'm not listening to that. That shit's stupid.
That was high school, though. You know what I mean?
Look, it's a long time ago.
I hadn't been in some pussy since the day I came out one. I didn't know no better.
Maybe that's, you know what? Maybe that was it. You were virgined out back in the day. You were.
Right? I was a woman-hating virgin. Damn, these bitches won't give it up. Why are you making it so hard on me? Hey, they made it hard on me back in those years, bro. But the referees definitely not make it hard on England to advance to the finals of the Euros. With an own goal and the most dubious penalty call ever awarded given, Harry Kane missed his PK and then put in the rebound to eke the fucking 3 Lions into the final.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. Wait, are we splitting this or are we keeping it? You want to do a new intro or you want to keep it?
I can cut the same intro twice.
Okay.
Or any of our previous ones.
True. All right. Anyways, go ahead.
So, yeah, in the final, the England against Italy. England has never been to the finals of the European Championships, has not won a major trophy since 1966. 19 consecutive tournaments without silverware, and that's not even counting the Euros that they failed to qualify for like 6 years ago or 8 years ago.
8, yeah.
Yeah, didn't forget about that one, guys.
Golden generation.
Didn't forget about that one. Wayne Bridges.
Wayne Bridges and John Terry and whoever else was in that.
And whoever the wag was. You know how they love the wags in England, bro.
Yes, sir. Shout out to that wag. You ruined the England football team. That was dope.
Yo, that's what I'm waiting on. Is like right before the final. It's like, yo, what do you mean? Luke Shaw is piping Harry Maguire's girl?
Yo, what the fuck, son? Yo, it's so funny to me.
Your boy Johnny had to give her the stones.
Son, it's so funny to me that out of like all the generations of great players that they had, this group of guys,
this bunch of scrubs that takes them to the final.
Luke Shaw, Raheem Sterling, Harry Maguire, like the goalie's not even that good. Like Pickford,
yo, he sucks.
Like, come on, bro. Kyle Walker, Sacco, but Sacco, bro.
Jordan Henderson.
Oh my god, dude. And he's like an influential like figure on the team. Like, oh my god, dude. Declan Rice, son. None of these dudes are like superstars. Harry Kane is probably the best player. He's a really good player.
Declan Rice and fucking Jack Grealish aren't even British. They're fucking Irish and played for Ireland.
True, Declan Rice did. And then also, people on the bench are Marcus Rashford. Jadon Sancho just got transferred for $100 million, and he's not even playing. He's barely getting subbed into the games.
Why would you play Jadon Sancho when I can watch Bukayo Saka and Raheem Sterling miss from point-blank range?
Bro, it's great. This coach is the best coach ever. Who is this guy? What's this guy's name? Is it the same dude?
Gareth Southgate.
Yep. Best coach I've seen in any soccer, football, basketball. This motherfucker, with this group of people, he's got a dude from Leeds starting.
He is an unbelievable coach. And even more unbelievable to me was in the last World Cup. You remember how many of their goals they scored off fucking set pieces?
Yeah.
It was like watching USA circa 2004. Like, I think they had 6 goals off free kicks. And it's because they were like running plays. They weren't just like, all right, Messi, go out there and bend into the top corner. They were like fucking Rajon Rondo out here, like calling everything.
I mean, you may know more than me, but was it the semifinals they made it to? Or did they make it to the final and lose?
No, we made it to the semifinals and got beat by Croatia.
Right? Yeah. I mean, pretty much with the same group of dudes, too. It's not like it's literally the same guys.
A less talented group, to be honest.
Kinda. I guess they gel more. I don't know.
I tell you what I never would have imagined is that the back fivesome of Pickford, Kyle Walker, John Stones, Harry Maguire, and would give up 1 goal the entire Euros.
Shut down, baby. Locked up, homie.
John Stones has the retard gene. And for as good as he looks at moments, you know that there's always another shoe about to drop with him.
Yeah. I mean, if we want to be like super analytical with it, I'll say this for like defensively. Stones and Walker play together, so they know how to operate like on that right side. Stones, great soccer player. He's just really shitty in the air. Harry Maguire, shitty soccer player, but he's really good in the air. So it's like, they complement each other in that way. And then also Maguire and Shaw play on the same team, on the same side. You got the fucking lineups right there. I mean, if you want to talk about green bean connections on FIFA Ultimate Team, they got it. All those dudes know how to play with each other, man, and they complement each other greatly. Like, that's all I can say. I mean, damn, I sound like I should be on a damn sports show right now.
I think you should be. I think you're better than Jamie Carragher and Micah Richards already.
Yeah, I like Micah. He's funny.
He's
funny as hell.
Regarding England, I think your comment was spot on about the selections for people out wide. Sorry about that. Jadon Sancho offers a lot of direct running. He's a good crosser of the ball as well. Jack Grealish has barely played. He's excellent carrying the ball in between lines, cutting in on his right foot. Phil Foden has played sparingly, but every time he does, looks like the smartest player on the pitch. If everyone else could just get on the same fucking wavelength as him.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
I was watching the Spanish team. I was like, is it too late to try to convert Foden? Golly, he would be perfect.
Yeah. It's if he didn't mess up right before the tournament, he would have been playing.
Yeah, well, Eminem, however he is, I think he's going to make an impact in this game because he's somebody who he thinks quickly and can release players. Bukayo Saka and Sterling kind of dribble themselves into good positions, whereas I find Foden thinks himself into good positions often. Crucially, Italy's defense lacks pace through the middle with both their center backs, Bonucci and Chiellini. I mean, goddamn, what was their combined age? Like 74 years old?
Hey, man, experience, bro.
It's over 70 for their center backs.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's experience, man. The older you get, bro, trust me, bro. I swear to God.
But pace still has a place. And
it does.
That's got to scare you some with all the pace that England has.
Yeah, I mean, a little. It just depends on how they're going to play. I mean, I don't. It's so weird because, like, you know the Italian guys, and you've played a lot of FIFA. You watch a lot of soccer. I don't play. I don't know. I play FIFA, but I don't know Serie A like that. I know like Inter Milan, and I know AC Milan, and I know Lazio because I follow them. A lot of people don't know them, and I know Juve. Yeah, but a lot of these dudes. They're just a bunch of guys coming from like a lot of the Italian teams in Serie A. I mean, like Bellotti, I know him, but I bet you a whole bunch of people don't know who the fuck he is. They have like
people don't watch Torino.
Yeah, like there's
people don't know his 86 potential.
This is the perfect team for Italy because it's a bunch of dudes that are like, oh, if he had his shot, he'd be a star type dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, the guys on the wing, like Bernardeschi and shit, like, come on, bro, stop. I've seen him play. He's not that good. But for some reason, when they get this Italian shirt on, they start balling out.
Well, I think it's a really good mix of young and old in the squad.
It is.
The younger guys like Chiesa and all that. And then you have the old heads. You know, Donnarumma and Chiesa are both 20.
Yeah.
And Chiellini and Bonucci are both over 35. So it's a nice mix of the injection and burst that you get from youth and the daring to take people on, to try things with the tactical understanding and the confidence and the composure of those older players who will be there to be like, hey, things are going to be all right. We got this. And you can see that in the coin toss between Italy and Spain in the extra time. You see how Chiellini was fucking around with Jordi Alba? You didn't watch the fucking game. You've been exposed.
No, I missed that one part. That's it.
Bro, he was like fucking around. He was like ragdolling behind the neck and stuff, like a little brother. I thought he was gonna give him a noogie. He was like, "Get over here, Jordy!" He was laughing, like doing all this shit. It was like 10 seconds before the PK shootout.
Hey man, just because he knows
Morata's butt was going inside his small intestine.
That's because Chiellini knows that Jordi Alba should be captain of the Spain team. That's a joke. That's a joke and a half. I know those are your boys. I know Spain are your boys, but that is an absolute joke. This Spanish team, honestly, bro, your boy. You wanted to talk about the coach, right? I feel like you wanted to talk about the coach. Please
talk about the coach.
Please air his ass out. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna air his ass out real quick. I don't know who is like a greater chance of being a racist, Rachel Nichols or Luis Enrique. This dude took one black player to the European Championships, Adama Traore, and left him on the bench the entire tournament. not playing him a single minute. Iñaki Williams was not called up despite being a prolific striker in Spain, despite offering all of the attributes that Spain would be looking for in a striker. Didn't even get a call. They only capped him one time so that he couldn't play for Ghana. Completely fucked him. Iago Aspas fucking has a great season for Celta Vigo. Doesn't get called. Rodrigo, questionable Brazilian. Maybe a little bit too much melanin for Luis Enrique's liking. You better stay your ass over in Leeds. So instead, what we're going to do is take fucking 19-year-old Danny Olmo, who's been playing in Austria his whole fucking life, and we're going to say, you go play a false nine, a position that you've never played, instead of these established players that are playing it well on a high level. Hey, Oriasabal, move from the left wing into the center and learn how to play striker for this game. The entire thing was infuriating. It was outraging. I feel like there's no way to detach the racial aspect from this. The players that I named were clearly deserving of a spot. They clearly would have offered another dimension that Spain desperately needed, as evidenced by the game against Italy, where they had 72% possession and fucking lost.
It's always.
I'm fucking furious. He miscoached this team and misselected his squad. They should. Spain was the best team at these Euros, and they should have won. And they dominated Italy the whole game.
Yeah, you were just missing that striker. And, bro, I'm trying to make a comparison as to starting Alvaro Morata and, the absolute arrogance that you thought that you could win. And, I mean, who are we? Because they made it to the semis. But your team is so great. Starting Alvaro Morata in an international competition, and when he doesn't even play for his club team, and he hasn't had consistent rotational minutes for a club team for 3 years, and he's the starting striker for your team?
He's been out on loan every fucking season. He hasn't even been with his parent team.
Bro, arrogance, bro.
His own team doesn't even want him.
Complete arrogance, bro. Bro, it's crazy, bro. And yeah, you get all this possession, but you needed someone to break the lines, bro. Change it up. You guys play great, yeah, but it's so hard for y'all to finish because of the way that you play. Because you don't play differently. You just play differently sometimes, and it'll change it.
I'll tell you exactly what's missing, Terry. Vertical runs that draw the defense away. Right?
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Danny Olmo as the striker is the false nine. Well, what he keeps doing is retreating farther and farther toward the midfield players to connect with them, to play the tiki-taka style. So now there's nobody making runs behind the defense. No one forcing the defense to account for them. Nobody opening that space up so Italy can continue to compress the field. Now, it's a credit to Spain that they have such enormous technical ability as a squad that they're able to retain possession like that on such a short field, being so compacted. Yeah. But, they're just nice like that. But, my God, the dynamic, you don't think that Adama Traore could have had creating havoc, just his presence. Even if you don't get the ball, hey, run as fast as you fucking can right to the 6-yard box.
Exactly, dude.
Because if they don't cover you as hard as they can, we're getting an easy chip over the top.
Yeah. And then, the funny thing about it is they've scored the most goals in this tournament. They scored 13. All right? But if you really think about it, you could have scored so many more goals. You squandered the opportunity. Your team was the best team. Obviously, it's the best team. But you squandered your opportunities because I liken it to Giannis in the playoffs. When it's half court, we know what you guys are going to do. Mm-hmm. Back in the past, we know what you guys are going to do. You play one way. Giannis gets the ball at the top, and we build a wall. It's the same thing for Spain. Everybody knows Spain's going to have all the possession, so they just drop back. And they're like, all right, go ahead and possess the shit. When we get it, we're just going to duck out and run. It's every time.
And that's exactly what they did. And another curious coaching decision by Luis Enrique. for this big game against Italy, he starts Eric Garcia instead of Pau Torres, who started the rest of the tournament with Laporte. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Eric Garcia, it's because he rode the fucking bench all season for Manchester City. If you guys didn't watch a lot of the Carabao Cup, you wouldn't fucking know him. No. He just got free transfer to Barcelona, was let go. City didn't even try to retain him. They didn't even make it.
He didn't want to come back. I could talk about him all day, but he
try to tell him, bro. This is the dude who Man City just let go for free, and he's 18 or 19,
bro.
Hasn't played all year.
He didn't want to play.
Never started for Spain ever.
Can I tell you what happened?
The biggest moment in the biggest game.
Can I tell you what happened in that situation? Not a long story, just a short one. Pep was going to start him all season long, but he said, you have to sign a contract with City. And he was like, nah, I don't want to sign the contract. I want to just see where it goes. He was like, no, sign the contract or you're not playing. He didn't sign the contract, and Pep was like, all right, fuck you then. Left him on the bench.
Hey, well, the joke's on him because even though Barcelona signed him, they are over the La Liga salary cap set by Sebastian Tebas. And so they're going to have to like sell their entire team if they want any of the players they signed this summer to even play for them. But that's a subject for another day, a podcast for another week. Hey, bro, come back to us. AT?
Back in the New York groove. But yeah, you're right. That is definitely something for another day. All right, what you got? One more thing. Oh, wow. What do you want to hit?
You could hear me. You cut out way before that shit.
No. You want to do what? What do you want to do last?
Let's do the preview. Italy, England. Prediction. Prediction. 2 minutes of what's your key to the game and a prediction, and then let's get out of here. Oh, we got Argentina, Brazil too.
Yeah, I got something big on Messi's bitch ass.
All right, so let's do.
And I'm gonna discredit. I'll discredit Copa America. That shit's
all right.
trash.
Cool. All right, we're back in.
But yeah, you're right, man. You're totally right, man. But let's go ahead and get some predictions going. Who do you think's gonna win? What's gonna be the big keys? What you got?
Big keys for me are the slow center backs for Italy, and whether any of these fast black English dudes can get behind them. Because if they can, that's going to be big problems for Italy. On the other side, for England, all it takes is one crack for all this confidence to crumble. And all this blustering and all this bloviating and all this puffed out chest talk that they've been doing. All they got to do is fucking have one moment, one backbreaker, one thing that makes them start questioning each other. And the entire thing can unravel. And everyone in the arena, you could feel it. If they get scored on like the 60th minute or something, all those butts get tight. Everyone starts thinking about 1966. I think Italy win this game. I think it's a snooze fest, 1-0, a defensive game. I think Italy ratchets up the pressure and does what they don't do to Spain and is all over England in the midfield. I bet that England gets dispossessed in the midfield and loses that battle pretty soundly. I have no confidence in England's center midfielders, and I think they get run out the gym by an Italy team that's hungrier, every bit as tough, but much more mentally tough. and they score that 1-0 goal, and then they do the Catenaccio. Brutal defended the lead out. Play like we've been playing in Serie A for 15 years.
Well, I only got to say one thing. She's coming home. She's coming home. The Queen is coming back to England, baby. The game is being played in Wembley Stadium. So it's about to be a rocking English home game, son. I'm not trying to hear any of this Italian shit. They're about to get rattled by them boys. Every corner kick.
Their anthem. You know they're going to play like some fucking Manchester rap during their tour.
Nah, every time the ball's in the corner, expect debris to come down on them boys. Them Italian boys about to get debris thrown on them like they do black guys in Italy. It's going down, baby. Another thing.
Is that what Italy's counter is? Do they suit up Ron Artest?
Maybe. That'd be dope. Ron Artest be sitting there like,
right.
You're dead. Call up Jack. Call up Steven Jackson. But anyways, don't be surprised if Rashford makes a surprise start. All right. You didn't hear it
the whole time.
I know, but you didn't hear it. But
forgot about his ass.
Yeah, I'm reporting this first. Do not be surprised if Marcus Rashford starts on the right instead of Sacco. Just saying. Also, we both agree that the wingers are going to give them problems, but only on the left side. On the right side, you're forgetting that right back. He's a blazer, bro. What's his name? Berzia? No, fool. The one for Italy. Not Kyle Walker. Yeah, he's stupid. About the Italian one, bro.
Fuck. Benedetto. I don't know.
That's a city. Look, anyways, the right back for Italy is super fast. So don't be surprised if they just try to push it down on the left side. Because Emerson is slow. He's slow. Let's not even get around it. Emerson barely plays for Chelsea, but somehow he's playing for Italy. I don't understand what's going on.
When did Jorginho turn into the second coming of Xavi? The way that people are talking about this dude.
It's just that PK. That PK was nice. And he sent Spain home. A Brazilian sent Spain home, which is hilarious. It's a fucking oxymoron. But anyways, I got England, bro. I got England 2-1. Nail biter. But what I want to see, Harry Kane. And then, you know who's going to get the second joint? Jordan Henderson.
Yeah?
Jordan Henderson's going to get something, bro. He's going to sneak in there and get a goal. It's either going to be him or him.
All right. You're high. You play with England way too much on FIFA. And you can already tell. You've been playing with England on FIFA for like 5 years, and it's clearly affected your judgment. This isn't FIFA. You need to be able to do more than run and be strong.
What are you talking about? They're clearly wrong because England has only been doing stupid shit this whole tournament. They're in the final.
Yeah, we better. I'm telling you, bro. As soon as they make that one back pass to Jordan Pickford that he accidentally kicks out for a corner kick, it's like, all the butts are gonna get tight then. As soon as Harry Maguire gets gets turned inside out, and you have to force to watch him change directions.
Who's going to turn him inside out? Insigne?
Insigne could turn him inside out. Chiesa could turn him inside out. Fucking Quagliarella could turn him inside out. I don't give a fuck. Your boy Antonio Cassano could probably turn him inside out at this point. Out there, he could turn him inside out. He's got no agility, man. He reads the game really well, but he's been insulated and been comfortable in a system where all his strengths have been fomented and his weaknesses have not been exposed because he can have Kyle Walker come back and cover for him when he gets dusted by the forward.
No, I got you. Who's better, Harry Kane or Immobile?
Harry Kane.
All right, so I expect him to score one goal. And that might be the difference. Because I think England's defense, their team just knows each other really well, man. I don't know what it is.
Their midfield is going to get rocked, bro. I have no confidence in that midfield for England. No.
You don't like the kid? You don't like the kid from Leeds? The kid from Leeds?
Nah, he sucks.
Phillips, he's straight.
He's a destroyer.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
You don't need
they
a
didn't need like Steven Gerrard.
You don't need a destroyer against Italy. That's a wasteful player.
Who are you going to start then?
I start Foden. You don't think he can play center mid? He absolutely can.
I mean, he can, but you got to either play Phillips or Rice. But they're playing both of them for some reason. I don't know why.
You don't need to play.
They're just not trying to concede.
No. See, this is where I'm doing the stupid shit. You guys really want to be smart, play fucking Trippier in his position. Don't let Declan Rice touch the field. Trippier can play defensive mid.
No. First of all, Declan Rice is good. Like, I'm not saying he's not good.
He's a dude who goes box to box and runs a lot, and then like always it's like, oh, what's the end product here? Baby, you want to start microwaving the potatoes? Put the chicken in the air fryer? This shit keeps cutting out. I don't know. I'm just trying to get through this fucking last segment that we're on.
There's another one. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What? You serious, dude? No. What? Are you fucking serious, dude?
No. I'm dead serious.
Give me a shit.
So crop it up. Oh, let me get.
You better hurry before it gets out of this thing. Thank you.
Did the heat touch? Needs to be washed extra. Dishwasher.
Hold on, Terry.
I know he's hungry.
Wanna? Yeah.
Fuck.
All the way down.
Escape.
We have a garbage disposal?
No,
Really?
I don't think so. No, we don't. There's no switch or anything.
You need to.
Right there. I'm telling you, these things are everywhere. I don't know what I'm about to do over there.
Alright, last segment.
Alright,
Fuck. Put the cover back over. Alright.
Alright.
Fucking roach crawled out of the kitchen sink.
Oh, nice.
I was like, go wash these potatoes.
Nice. So, y'all got a 3-bedroom, right?
Yeah.
Word. Oh, shit.
Alright. So, yeah. Trippier can play defensive midfield. Rice is just a dude who likes running box to box without contributing anything besides fouling people. He is 100% not the answer against Italy.
So you're saying just play one defensive...
Henderson, or you got to play Trippier. But you cannot get away
I think they should play...
Rice and Phillips against Italy because you don't get bought.
It's just really... Yeah, it's just really defensive. It's just super defensive. I think they should play Declan Rice by himself and Mason Mount and Phil Foden instead of having 2 defensive mids and then Mason Mount. You know? And why is Mason Mount playing over Phil Foden anyways? What the fuck is that?
As far as I'm concerned, they both should be playing. Like,
Yeah.
I would love a 3-man midfield of Henderson, Mount, and Foden. Or you could, if you really want, you could replace Henderson with Rice or Phillips. But there's no need to have 2 of them out there together against Italy. This isn't Spain where you need to like come in and foul their midfield 35 times.
Yeah, I mean, Phillips is definitely doing his best impersonation of Las Diara sometimes, but it just, I don't know, it's working out.
I think the passing is not going to be good enough, and that's why Italy's going to win. But they're going to be smarter in their tactics, more confident from like the worst player on the team to the best player on the team of what they're trying to achieve and know how to execute what the coach has in place for them. And I just see it all. I see like the England national team. It's like the Dallas Cowboys. Like you got to go up and move up in the draft and go get CeeDee Lamb. You have to get everyone's hopes up all the way before you come crashing back down to earth. It would have been no fun if England had lost in the group stage. It's going to be so much better this way after they think they will get their first title in 50 plus years and then fall right on their pig faces.
Hey, look, as an innocent bystander, I want extra time PKs, baby.
Well, let me tell you, sir, in Brazil, there are no innocent bystanders. And that's where we're heading for the final of the Copa America. In fact, you don't even have traffic lights after 11 p.m. That shit isn't safe. That's not even a joke. That's a fact.
They just turn them off because they don't have enough money to afford it.
No, because it's not safe to be stopped in the city after 11 p.m. Like somebody just reach through the car and carjack you with a broken piece of glass.
That's true. Not a lot of convertibles in Brazil, huh?
Nah. And if they do have the top down, they're going about 80, 90.
Wow, I was about to say it's because they cut the roof off.
Oh, it was 2 carjackings gone bad.
Oh shit! All right, man.
Well, Argentina has to be hoping that this trip to Brazil doesn't go bad for them. Messi gets a chance to get revenge for the 2007 Copa America final that he lost against Brazil. The last time these 2 countries met in the final. Only the 4th time since 1919. As you know, Terry, there's been a long history of aggression between these 2 countries, these 2 soccer teams, and they even had to officially not play each other for almost 20 years because of the fallout of a fight after one game. As Taylor Swift said, there's some bad blood down in Brazil.
Well, who do you think is going to win?
Go ahead.
Who do you think is going to win? I know you think this is like some super important thing for Messi, like to be the GOAT or whatever the fuck, but like, who do you think is going to win this shit?
Argentina. And
you got Argentina?
I'm going to talk with my heart instead of my head. I think it has to be one of those GOAT moments where it's like, this is his last shot at the Copa America. He's not coming back when he's 38 or whatever the fuck to do this shit.
Yeah.
He's already retired from the national team like 3 times. Okay? This is it. This is the moment that you've been waiting for. The GOAT moment to knock out Brazil in Brazil with their star-studded team that's won 10 games in a row. Brazil has a better defense than Argentina. Brazil has a better midfield than Argentina. Brazil, the only thing they don't is have Leo Messi. And
pretty much,
if he can do this, if he can put this team on his back, if he can rise to the occasion one more time against all odds, having a run through this tournament like no other, 5 assists, 4 goals. If he can put a team on his back and beat this Brazil team in the final, he's the GOAT.
He's not the GOAT already?
No, because he's only done it at Barcelona. Pele and
Bro.
Maradona both did it club and country. He's never won shit for Argentina.
I got you. All right. So this is what I gotta say about this shit. First of all, good job scoring on fucking Bolivia and fucking Peru and fucking Paraguay and whoever the fuck else they played. They probably invited Jamaica into that shit because for some reason this tournament invites Mexico into it randomly every couple of years. America was in the Copa America for some fucking reason. Fucking Haiti played in the shit one time.
You know, they change the rules too, like every 5 years. They didn't even used to have a final. They used to have like a first round and then a second round robin. And then whoever had the most points after 4 games won the Copa America.
Yeah. So, honestly, if he wins this, does it, give him a little notch more? Yeah. But that doesn't mean like the Copa America is not like this. It's a big thing for South America. But it's not like the World Cup where Maradona dominated the shit and won twice. He won twice, right?
Once.
Well, he dominated that whole tournament, and he won the shit once. Messi, I don't care what you do in this tiny, shitty-ass tournament. If you win it, cool, notch on the belt. But you need to win the World Cup. I'm not worried about this. The World Cup is next year. That's what I'm worried about. The Copa America, there's 16 teams in the shit. You go past 2 groups, and you play 2 games, and you go to the final. They always make it to the final. Who's in the final every fucking time? Uruguay or Argentina or Chile or Brazil. Those are 4 teams.
Don't forget Colombia.
Colombia sucks. I don't want to hear about Colombia. They barely make it. Let me see. Let me look at their numbers. They won this shit.
He told me about Colombia. Shout out to Santi. He said,
What'd he say?
He said about this generation, he said this Colombia team plays like never before, yet loses like always.
Colombia sucks. They've only won this tournament once. You know that, right?
You know who's won this tournament the most?
Uruguay.
Yeah.
15.
Yes, sir.
We won the shit 15 times. This tournament is null and void, bro. It's only Argentina and Brazil. Those are the only 2 good teams in the shit. Chile isn't good. Uruguay isn't good.
First of all, Chile are the defending champions. I just want to make sure you recognize that. All right?
That means that shows you how bad Messi is. Because Chile is not even a good team. They're just a bunch of dirty fucks that foul the shit out of Messi, and Messi's like, all right, I'll play hard, but the rest of my team is scared like a little bunch of pussies. That they are. Chile's not a good soccer team. I don't care what anybody says.
Denmark?
Are they better than Denmark?
Yeah.
No. Christian Eriksen is better than the best player on Chile. Also, the goalie's really good. The goalie's good for Denmark. Schmeichel's good. He's better than Colombia's goalie. I mean, not Colombia. Wait, we're talking about Colombia?
Has won the league the last 5 seasons everywhere he's played.
Who?
Arturo Vidal.
Yeah, I mean, that's him. He's one dude.
He's a dude. They got a whole team of Arturo Vidals that come in with studs up on every challenge.
All I know is
Man, the World Cup is just the Copa America and the Euros. Nobody gives a fuck about Africa. They're not relevant. None of the African teams have ever been relevant, and they won't be again this year. All right, so
It's only Argentina and Brazil, bro. That's it.
No, bro.
Chile, Colombia, and Uruguay ain't doing anything. Uruguay won the World Cup in 1930. And then they won it again in 1950.
Right.
My parents weren't even born. My grandpa wasn't barely... He wasn't even alive.
My dad was finger fucking bitches.
The first World Cup was in 1930, bro. They couldn't even get the European teams to the World Cup. All right? They couldn't even fly because, you know why? The Wright brothers were flying kites in 1919, which was 11 years before that. We're talking about some fucking boat travel to the World Cup. England was like, nah, I'm good. It's going to take me 2 weeks to get there. Fuck out of here, bro.
We'll next one in 46 years.
When are they going to play the Copa America again? Next year? We don't even know. What do they be doing? Mexico has been in the Copa America 10 times.
They change the rules all the time, man. They change the rules all the time. We all know Copa America is not as legit as the Euros. But,
okay, I don't want to hear
Euros, Copa America, MLS Open Cup, African Cup of Nations.
Nah, baby. No. Gold Cup.
And the
Look, I
Confederation.
don't, if Messi wins the Copa, cool, man. You need to win the World Cup. I don't care about the Copa America, bro.
I do, because this will be the only time that Argentina ever beat Brazil in the Copa America final. The other 3 times that they met, they got waxed by Brazil every time. So I know in America, that's not something that people care about, but in Argentina, that rivalry for them, like Brazilian people, to be like, yeah, well, we always beat you every time. Like, you're just like our little fucking brother. Like, it means something to them and for that rivalry. So, do this against this Brazil team that hasn't ever lost with Casemiro in the fold. You know, he's never lost a game for Brazil.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's never lost a game for Brazil.
Oh. That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's not
bro.
because of him. The team is just stacked. Brazil is stacked, bro. Argentina, honestly, man for man, Argentina doesn't, they're not the same. They're just not on the same level as them, bro.
But finally, I tell you what has been Argentina's Achilles heel forever, bro.
What? Defense?
And goalkeeping.
Oh, yeah, true.
Fucking
Who's the goalie now?
Willie Caballero. You remember Willie Caballero?
Horrible. Yeah, he played for us. He played for Man City.
Remember when he popped that joint up right to them at the edge of the 6-yard box in the World Cup?
Yeah. I remember.
They went from that to the dude that they got right now, fucking saved 3 PKs in the game in their win against Colombia and was man of the match over Leo Messi. He was all over the place. So it's like they finally got a decent goalie, bro. Maybe that's all Messi needed. It was one other competent player on the whole team. And they got rid of Higuain's bum ass and replaced him with Lautaro Martinez, who can actually score goals.
Yeah, he's really good. He's really good. Is Paulo Dybala playing? I haven't watched the Copa because the Euro is the actual tournament.
Nah, he's watching Messi play.
Oh, okay.
That's what he's doing.
Good. Hey, you know that Peru won the Copa America?
Do you know that everyone who plays for Argentina is left-footed and likes to play on the right and cut in?
You know that Bolivia won the Copa America?
That was back before they split into 4 countries. I bet it was Bolivia, Brazil, and Argentina, and that was South America.
And Paraguay won the shit twice.
Bro, look what happens. Like, that was back in the day where it's like everyone was on equal footing with the economy shit. They're just like, oh, South America's a shithole. Everyone's poor over there, and they love tacos.
Still a shit.
Yeah, but there are levels to this now. Brazil is like, bro, statues out in the capital city.
You know what? I was about to say it's Brazil and Argentina. It's not even that. It's Brazil, and then there's Messi.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just Brazil and Messi. That's it, bro. Like, I know some of the Argentina guys, and a lot of people do.
And that's what this Copa America final will be, Terry. Brazil against Messi. And if he can get it done, that's why I think it matters. It matters to me, man. This would be a big feather in his cap. All the odds stacked against him. I think the GOAT can do it.
Damn it. Cut out at a perfect
Well,
time.
Terry, thank you so much for joining us today on the Habitual Line Steppers podcast. I want to invite you guys again to check us out on YouTube. Like, subscribe. Go to our website, www.thehLSpod.com. You can find my articles there every Wednesday. We have funny clips on Instagram. And I'll be getting a haircut before the next time. So you guys have that to look forward to as well, all right? All right. Peace.